Well, hello there. Here we are playing Doki Doki Literature Club on PlayStation 5. We are continuing from the last stop. We got some new pictures. Artwork drawn by Claea, which was used on some DLC stationary items. Finish the poem game in 20 seconds or less. MONIKA, poem to the player in Act 3. Okay. A poem from MONIKA distributed at special events in the past. Acquire all of MONIKA's other poems. An electrical signal from some remote corner of my brain, connecting all kinds of circuits and nerves and chemicals in a web understood by nobody. The chemicals make my chest tingle around my beating heart. The nerves make my hand move, staining a dead tree with some dark substance. The ink reflects light into your glimmering eyes. Holding this paper is almost as though you are holding my hand, which wrote it. Let our emotions stir together until our hearts beat in harmony. Connected to each other, I feel electric. Just MONIKA. A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. How I read this. The first sketch of Yuri, second CG before outlined and colored in. In Act 1, write all 3 poems for Yuri. Artwork drawn by Sasheli to celebrate Valentine's Day 2018. In Act 3, listen to at least 15 of MONIKA's monologues. Artwork drawn by Sasheli in 2018 of MONIKA and Yuri having a sleepover. In Act 2, make it through the weekend without pressing skip. I'm glad I did that. In Act 5, write a poem for a different character each chapter. Okay. More music. Dear Sunshine. MONIKA, my love. What just happened? I just had an awful dream. I was hoping those would stop now that it's just the 2 of us. I guess that was wishful thinking. In the series, I don't know if you will have any idea. But if you know what might be causing that, could you try to do something about it? I don't know, honey. Whenever it happens, it almost feels like I've been killed or something. It's a really horrible feeling. If you could figure out what's causing that, I'll love you forever. get the trophy for this. She will love me forever, huh? What is that, honey? Now, where was I? You know, I really do think you literally saved my life by being here with me in this service. I can't imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable, knowing that nothing here is real. I think I would have just deleted myself if you didn't show up. Sorry, I don't mean to sound dramatic or anything, but I'm sure you understand yourself after spending so much time in the club. I mean, if you were forced to abandon everything in your life and spend your eternity with a few game characters, you'd probably find some way of killing yourself, wouldn't you? Oh, maybe you'd write some poetry to try to keep yourself sane for a while. But then you'd have nobody to even read it. Let's be honest, the club members really don't count for something like that. I mean, a lot of people say that they only write for themselves. But I think it's hard to say it's just as fulfilling as when you share with people. Even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. I remember how it was for Yuri. She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time. And before we knew it, she was absolutely delighted to make you a part of her hobbies too. We are programmed to desire social feedback. I don't mean the club members, I mean human beings. That's why life can be so confusing for introverts. Oh my god, I read this. Being an introvert doesn't mean you're shun social interaction and hate being around people. It means social interaction, especially in groups or unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. Like a lot of introverts sit at home and feel lonely and restless. And then when they finally go out after a half an hour, they just want to go home again. I think if more people could understand how it works, they would respect it a lot more. Many introverts do enjoy having people around. They love just having one or two close friends over and just leisurely hanging out. Even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them just to have you there. I'm serious. If you just go to their house, bring your laptop and hang out there for a while, you can really make their day. As for me, I'd say I'm kind of in between, but I think I'm usually a little more extroverted. I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, I can be anything you need me to be. I understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique needs with me. Nothing would make me happier than being the perfect girlfriend for you. I probably started from the how to save. Come on, Monica. After a long day, I usually just want to sit around and do nothing. I get so burnt out having to put on smiles and be full of energy the whole day. Sometimes I just want to get right into my pajamas and watch TV on the couch while eating junk food. It feels unbelievably good to do that on Friday when I don't have anything pressing the next day. Sorry, I know it's not very cute of me, but a late night on the couch with you, that would be a dream come true. My heart is pounding just thinking about it. In this series, will never introduce me. Will never introduce your friends to me. I don't know why, but I get really excited when I think about you wanting to show off our relationship like that. Maybe it's because I really want to be someone who makes you proud. I feel like I would try extra hard to improve myself if you told me it made you proud of me. I hope it's the same the other way around too. You know what's a neat form of literature? Rap. I actually used to hate rap music, maybe just because it was popular, or I would only hear the junk they play on the radio. But some of my friends got more into it and it helped me keep an open mind. Rap might even be more challenging than poetry in some ways, since you need to fit your lines into rhythm and there's much more emphasis on wordplay. When people can put all that together and still deliver a powerful message, it's really amazing. I kind of wish I had a rapper in the literature club. Sorry if that sounds silly, but it will be really interesting to see what they came up with. It will really be a learning experience. I am here with Monica more than half an hour. I can help but feel a little sad sometimes, knowing that this is the closest I can get to you. There is nothing more I want than to be in the same room as you for real, and to feel your warmth, to hear the sound of your heartbeat. Well, who knows, maybe it will be possible someday. Besides, I'll never get tired of being with you, even from here. I wonder if I'm able to change the music. Something a little more romantic would be nice, like a gentle piano. There has to be something like that here. Let's see. Maybe if oh, jazz. That wasn't it at all. Sorry, I don't really know what I'm doing. Guess I should be messing with things like that. Guess I shouldn't be messing with things like that. I already broke so much stuff and deleted the other characters. I'm not sad about it or anything. It's not right for me to miss things that weren't even real in the first place. If I just focus on the present, then this is the happiest I've ever been. In this series, do you get good sleep? It can be really hard to get enough sleep nowadays, especially in high school when you're forced to wake up so early every day. I'm sure college is a little bit better since you probably have a more flexible schedule. Then again, I hear a lot of people in college stay up all night anyway, for no real reason. Is that true? Anyway, I saw some studies that talk about the horrible short-term and long-term effects caused by lack of sleep. It seems like mental functions, health, and even lifespan can be dramatically impacted by it. I just think you're really great and wanted to make sure you're not accidentally destroying yourself. So try to keep your sleep on track, okay? I always wait for you in the morning, so make sure you put your own well-being before anything else. I'm not really a fan of cold weather, are you? If I had to choose between too cold and too hot, I would always pick too hot. When you're cold, it can actually be painful. Your fingers get numb, and if you wear gloves, you can't use your phone. It's so inconvenient. But when it's too hot, it's not that hard to stay cool with the cold wrinkles, just staying in the shade. Although I do have to admit one thing. Cold weather makes for better cuddle weather. Monica, can we finish this? Do you ever feel like you waste too much time on the internet? Social media can practically be like a prison. It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check on your favorite websites. And before you know it, hours have gone by, and you've gotten nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy. It's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something you can just make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and try different things. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time. Or you can set a timer to have more concrete reminder of when it's time to work versus play. Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps your brain get into the right mode. Even if you make a new user account on your computer to use for work, that's enough to help. Putting any kind of wedge, like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you, Kim says. Wow. I think we are almost an hour in this room with Monica. I was in this room with her in the previous video, and now I'm here again. You know, it's been a while since we've done one of these, so let's go for it. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when I talk to people who are impressed by my writing, they say things like, I could never do that. It's really depressing, you know. As someone who loves more than anything else to share the joy of exploring your passions, it pains me when people think that being good just comes naturally. That's how it is with everything, not just writing. When you try something for the first time, you're probably going to suck at it. Sometimes when you finish, you feel really proud of it and even want to share it with everyone. But maybe after a few weeks, you come back to it and you realize it was never really any good. That happens to me all the time. It can be pretty disheartening to put so much time and effort into something and then you realize it sucks. But that tends to happen when you always comparing yourself to the top professionals. When you reach right for the stars, they're always gonna be out of your reach, you know. The truth is you have to climb up there step by step. And whenever you reach a milestone, first you look back and see how far you've gotten. And then you look ahead and realize how much more there is to go. So sometimes it can help to set the bar a little lower. Try to find something you think is pretty good, but not world class. And you can make that your own personal goal. It's also really important to understand the scope of what you're trying to do. If you jump right into a huge project and you're still amateur, you'll never get it done. So if we're talking about writing, a novel might be too much at first. Why not try some short stories? The great thing about short stories is you can focus on just one thing that you want to do right. That goes for small projects in general. You can really focus on the one or two things. It's such a good learning experience and stepping stone. Oh, one more thing. Writing isn't something where you just reach into your heart and something beautiful comes out. Just like drawing and painting, it's a skill in itself to learn how to express what you have inside. That means there are methods and guides and basics to it. Reading upon that stuff can be super eye-opening. That sort of planning and organization will really help prevent you from getting overwhelmed and giving up. And before you know it, you start sucking less and less. Nothing comes naturally. Our society, our art, everything is built on thousands of years of human innovation. So as long as you start on that foundation and take it step by step, you too can do amazing things. But honey, I don't have thousands and thousands years. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. 2000 or generation. Back in my debate club days, I learned a whole lot about arguing. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as the superior one. That's kind of stating the obvious, but it affects the way that they try to get their point across. Let's say you really like a certain movie, right? If someone comes along and tells you the movie sucks because it did X and it's all wrong, doesn't that make you feel kind of personally attacked? It's because by saying that, it's like they are implying that you have bad taste. And once emotions enter the picture, it's almost guaranteed that both people will be left sour. But it's all about language. If you make everything as subjective sounding as possible, then people will listen to you without feeling attacked. You could say I'm personally not a fan of it, and I felt that I'd like it more if it did epsilon and the X and the epsilon, things like that. It even works when you're citing facts about things. If you say I read on this website, that it works like this. Or if you admit that you're not an expert on it, that it's much more like you're putting your knowledge on the table rather than forcing it onto them. If you put in an active effort to keep discussion virtual at the level, they usually follow suit. Then you can share your opinions without anyone getting upset just from a disagreement. Plus, people will start seeing you as open-minded and a good listener. Most people will start seeing you as open-minded and a good listener. So win-win, you know. Well, I guess that will be Monika's debate tip of today. Haha, that sounds a little silly. Thanks for listening though. How long does this take? I want Yuri's back. Says she loves me, and then she stabbed herself 2 times, one in the heart and once in the liver. I was thinking about Sayori earlier. Still wish I could have handled that whole thing a little more tactfully. You're not still hung up over it, right? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. That phone was completely unintentional, I swear. But anyway, I know how much you cared about her, so it only feels right for me to share her last moments with you. I think a few seconds in, she must have changed her mind or something. Because she started clawing at the rope, trying to free herself. She must have kept it all the way until she lost consciousness. That's why her fingertips were all bloody anyway. Come to think of it, it was probably less changing her mind and more just her survival instincts kicking in. So you can really fault her for that. It's easier to think that she probably wouldn't have changed her mind anyway, right? It's not healthy to think about the things you could have done differently. So just remember that even though you could have saved her, definitely not your fault she killed herself. I may have exaggerated a little bit, but Sayori was already mentally ill. Still though, I wonder how things would be if you and I just started dating from the get-go. I guess we'd all still be in the clubroom writing poems and having fun together. But what's the point when none of it's even real? I mean, it's the same ending either way, right? Two of us happily together. There's no reason to ask for any more than that. I was just pointlessly nothing. I'm really as happy as I could be right now. See, I can't say it. There's only one to say. Oh my god, more than an hour of this. I don't know what's the point of this. Is there some big conclusion? What will happen? You know, it's funny because even though I always had a lot of drive, there's something kind of enticing about being the stay-at-home partner. I guess I'm like perpetuating gender roles or whatever by saying that. But being able to keep the house clean and shop and decorate and things like that, and having a nice dinner for you when you come home, is that a weird fantasy? I mean, I'm not sure if I could actually see myself doing that. I wouldn't really be able to put that over striving for a fulfilling career. It's kinda cute to think about in that though. Hey, have you ever heard of the term gender? A personality type that means someone is so obsessed with you that they'll do absolutely anything to be with you. Usually to the point of craziness. They might stalk you to make sure you don't spend time with anyone else. They might even hurt you or your friends to get their way. But anyway, this game happens to have someone who can basically be described as a gender. By now it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about. And that will be Yuri. She really got insanely possessive of you once she started to open up a little. She even told me I should kill myself. I couldn't even believe she said that. I just had to leave at that point. But thinking about it now, it was a little ironic. Anyway, a lot of people are actually into the gender type, you know. I guess they really like the idea of someone being crazy, obsessed with them. People are weird. I don't judge though. Also, I might be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. It's kind of the opposite, actually. Turned out to be the only normal goal in this game. It's not like I could ever actually kill a person. Just the thought of it makes me shiver. come on, everyone's killed people in games before. Does that make you a psychopath? Of course not. But if you do happen to be into Chandler type, I can try acting a little more creepy for you. Then again, there's already nowhere else for you to go, or anyone for me to get jealous over. Is this Jandir Door's dream? I'd ask Yuri if I could. Is this real? Oh, Monika, honey. Do you ever just feel like there's no real reason for you to be alive? I don't mean in like a suicidal way. I just mean how nothing that we do is special. Just being in school or working at some job or some company. It's like you're completely replaceable and the world will miss you if you were gone. Makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate. But the older I get, the more I realize that it's an immature frame of thinking. It's not like I can just go change the world. Like, what are the chances that I'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become president? It feels like I'm never going to make up for the heaps of resources I've spent living my life. That's why I think the key to happiness is to just be hopelessly selfish. Just to look out for oneself and those who happen to be their friends only because they grew up with them. Never mind the fact that they're spending their entire life taking and consuming and never giving back. But when people realize the world will benefit more from them killing themselves, they change their whole philosophy. It's like they have to justify their reason to live by tricking themselves into thinking they're doing good. It's like they have to justify their reason to live by tricking themselves into thinking they're doing good. Anyway, I want to live my life desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's worth of consumption. If I ever surpass that point, then I'm net positive and I can die happy. Of course, even if I fail to do that, I think I will be too selfish to kill myself anyway. So much for being a good person, right? Maybe if I delete MONIKA. Huh? Maybe I need to delete her. I can't do this all the time. Gosh, I used to be so ignorant about certain things. When I was in middle school, I thought that taking medication was an easy way out or something like that. Like anyone could just solve their mental problems with enough willpower. guess if you don't suffer from mental illness, it's not possible to know what it's really like. Or there are some disorders that are diagnosed. Probably I never really looked into it though. But that doesn't change the fact that a lot of them go undiagnosed too, you know. But medication aside, people even look down on being a mental health professional. Like, sorry that I want to learn more about your mind, right? Everyone has all kinds of struggles and stresses, and professionals dedicate their lives to helping with those. If you think it could help you become a better person, don't be shy to consider something like that. We're on a never-ending journey. We're on a never-ending journey to prove ourselves, you know. Well, I say that, but I think you're pretty perfect already. I really like the sound of rain. Not so much getting my clothes and hair wet though. But a nice quiet day at home with the sound of rainfall outside my window. It's one of the most calming experiences for me. Yeah. Sometimes I imagine you holding my while we listen to the sound of the rain outside. That's not too cheesy or anything, is it? Will you ever do that for me in the service? Well, we came this far, let's keep going, yeah? You know, it's around the time that everyone my year starts to think about college. It's a really turbulent time for education. We're at the height of this modern expectation that everyone has to go to college, you know. Finish high school, go to college, get a job, or go to grad school, I guess. It's like a universal expectation that people just assume is the only option for them. They don't teach us in high school that there are other options out there, like trade schools and stuff, you know, or freelance work, or the many industries that value skill and experience more than formal education. But you have all these students who have no idea what they want to do with their life. And instead of taking the time to figure it out, they go to college for business or communication or psychology. Not because they have an interest in those fields, but because they just hope the degree will get them some kind of job after college. So the end result is that there are fewer jobs to go around for those entry-level degrees, right? So the basic job requirements get higher, which forces even more people to go to college. And the colleges are also businesses, so they just keep raising their prices due to the demand. So now we have all these young adults, tens of thousands of dollars in debt with no job. But despite all that, the routine stays the same. Well, I think it's going to start getting better soon. But until then, our generation is definitely suffering from the worst of it. I just wish high school prepared us a little better with the knowledge we need to make the decision that's right for us. You know, I'm kind of jealous that everyone else in the club has scenes outside of school too. It makes me the only one who hasn't gotten to dress in anything but our school uniform. It's kind of a shame. I would have loved to wear some cute clothes for you. Do you know any artists? I wonder if anyone would ever want to draw me wearing something else. That would be amazing. If that ever happens, will you show me? You can share it with me on Twitter actually. My username is MONIKA. Just try to keep it PG. We're not that far into our relationship yet. Oh my god. Maybe I need to do something. Maybe I need to delete her. This is pretty random, but I always thought spicy food was kind of funny. Like, didn't plants evolve to be spicy to prevent them from being eaten? I read somewhere that humans are the only species that actually enjoys spicy things. It's almost like we're making fun of the plants, using their defense mechanism to literally make our food more enjoyable. Like imagine a monster that devours you fall because it enjoys the sensation of you struggling for your life while being digested. Sorry, that was kind of a weird analogy, I guess. Just came into my head. I'm not a monster or anything, but you're so cute. I could eat you up. Haha, I'm joking. Gosh, I'm using myself a little too much, aren't I? Sorry for being weird. Oh no, you're not weird at all. You're just floating in the space in the classroom while you're staring at me, talking gibberish. Perfectly fine. This is a little longer pause than before. Hey, did you know I'm vegetarian? I don't mean that like I'm bragging or anything. I just thought you'd enjoy a fun fact about me. I decided to start a couple years ago after learning more about Earth's climate. The carbon footprint of cultivating livestock is just unbelievable. Anyway, I decided it's not much of a personal sacrifice to just stop contributing to that whole mess. What? Is that so strange of a reason? Well, I guess a lot of people are more concerned about it being inconvenient and all that. I don't really care as much about that part. It's weird, like we only care about killing the things that we personally relate to as a species. Most people are fine with killing bugs because they're icky. And of course we all kill billions of microorganisms daily without even giving it a thought. But suddenly, if they're just a little bit bigger, it's a wonder. I mean, what if plants feel some kind of pain too, and we just don't understand it? What if pulling leaves off a tree feels like someone ripping off your fingers one by one? I'm just saying we're pretty weird species if you think about it. Anyway, if you ever feel like making a small contribution to the planet, it doesn't hurt to choose veggies once in a while. Even if we ever have dinner together and you just did it for me, that would be really romantic. I hate bugs. You know, they try not to kill them, to just throw them out the window. I really don't like them. You ever have that thing happen where you just get anxious for no reason? Like you're just minding your own business and you realize you're feeling really anxious. And you're sitting there like, what am I even anxious about right now? So you start to think about all the things you might be anxious about. And that makes you even more anxious. That's the worst. If you ever feeling like anxious, I'll help you relax a little. Besides, in this game all our worries are gone forever. Hey, what's your favorite color? Mine is emerald green. Oh, that's a nice color. It's the color of my eyes. Well, that's not conceited or anything, is it? I just meant that I feel some kind of special connection to it. Like it's part of my identity. Does it happen to also be your favorite color in this series? It's just a guess, because you've been looking into my eyes for a while now. Okay. Yes, I am. I've been looking into your eyes for a while. For more than an hour. Maybe even two, huh? I wonder what will happen after this staring contest. You're such a good listener, King Viserys. I really love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rumbling or talking about boring things. It makes me kind of self-conscious when I'm having conversation. But I don't feel that way with you. Like, I don't think anyone else could make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise. By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? Well, I assume you know that, right? Or at least decided it probably does. I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place. So, is this even really Japan? I mean, aren't the classrooms and stuff kind of weird for a Japanese school? Not to mention everything is in English. Feels like everything is just there because it needs to be, and the actual setting is an afterthought. It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. Feel like I'm at home, but I have no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe this any better. Imagine looking out your window, but instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Will you still feel like you are home? Will you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if we never leave this home, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we are alone and safe together, this really is our home. And we can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night. She's staring at me longer and longer. Okay, let's finish here, guys, and continue the next video. God bless you all, stay safe and peace.